Hello, hello, hello. It is Miss Jackson, and today is a terrific Tuesday. Today is Tuesday, March 31st, 2020, and we're going to be focusing on Lesson 12. Welcome to our virtual first grade ELA class. I hope you're ready to grow your brain. So, of course, we don't have a do now today. So, instead, we're going to discuss our Grow Our Team value of the week, which is wonder. I would like for you to text me a question that you have been thinking during this break. No matter how silly it may be, we always ask questions so that we can continue to grow our brains. I have Owlette here with us today. She is going to make sure that I remember our challenge at the end of this lesson. Don't let me forget, okay? Okay. Objective. Objective. I will read the storm with purpose and understanding and submit R&A. Digraph. Wait for the snap. If you said S, give yourself a point. If you said give yourself a point. Tricky words. Don't get tricked. Wait for the snap. Good. If you said cow, give yourself a point. Spelling words. Don't know when our spelling test will be, scholars, but we're still going to learn these words. M-A-P-S. That spells maps. M-I-C-E. That spells mice. H-A-M-M-E-R. That spells hammer. T-R-I-M-M-E-D. That spells trimmed. S-K-I-P-P-E-D. That spells skipped. S-C-R-U-B. That spells scrub. S-P-A-C-E. That spells space. C-O-U-L-D. That spells could. Expectations. All right, scholars. All right, scholars. We are going to read a story about a storm. And if you're anything like Miss Jackson is not a fan. I don't like storms, so I prefer to be in the house, safe and calm. But we are going to read about a storm that Grace will be going through. I want you to think about. So I want you to show wonder. We need to think about the five senses and what it looks like when we have storms. So when you're thinking of a storm, what is it that you typically hear when you're going through a storm? What is it that you see when you're going through a storm? What could you taste? I don't think you can really taste a storm because it's not edible. So I will hope that you're not tasting the rain. What is it that you can smell if you are outside during a storm? And what does it feel like if you are outside? What does a storm feel like? Those are the 4 or 5 questions that I want you to think about to show wonder of what it seems like or what it feels like, what it looks like, what it feels like, what it smells like during a storm. All right, scholars? KN makes what sound? Knees, knock, kneeling. Ooh, sorry about that line. C can make what sound? S. Good job. Winces, place. CE can make what sound? S. Voices. SE can make what sound? S. House. CK makes what sound? K. Good job, scholars. Ducks. Blocked. Knock. 2-syllable words. Thunder. Darkness. Scamper. Shelter. Winces is a verb. Winces is a verb because it is an action word, scholar. It means makes a pained or scared face. For example, I would say, Dad winces whenever he twists his ankle. Scamper is a verb. Scamper is a verb because it is an action word. It's something that we can do. It means to run or move quickly. For example, I would say, the mice scamper into the hole in the wall when they see our cat. Shelter is a noun. Shelter is a noun, scholars, because it is a place. It is a place that covers or protects people and animals. For example, I would say, we had the picnic under the shelter when it started to rain. Blocked out. Blocked out is an expression. It means something covered so it cannot be seen. For example, I would say, the clouds blocked out the sun right before the sunset. Scholars, we're going to read today's story to learn more about how Grace's dad solves a problem. So that means he's going to show grit. And he has to solve this problem that he has with some rabbits. So the title of this story is called The Storm. And if we had our reader, we would have turned to page 26, scholars. Starting with the title, The Storm. Finger underneath the word there. There is a big storm on the farm. Dark clouds have blocked out the moon and stars. Thunder booms in the darkness. Gusts of wind sweep past the barn. Finger underneath the word Grace. Grace is in bed with the book she got at the yard sale. She is not scared of the thunder. In fact, she likes it. She sleeps better when there is a storm. But Jill is not as brave as Grace. Finger underneath the word just. Just as Grace is drifting off to sleep, her sister yells in a scared voice. Grace jumps out of bed and runs into Jill's room. Jill is sitting up in bed. She is weeping and grabbing her legs. She winces when the thunder booms. Her knees knock when the wind gusts. Finger underneath the word what. What's the matter, Jill? Grace asks, kneeling next to the bed. Finger underneath the word I'm scared, says Jill. Finger underneath the word Grace. Grace hugs her sister and sits next to her on the bed. It's just a summer storm. We will be safe inside the house. Finger underneath the word her. Her big sister's words make Jill feel better. The hug helps too. But there's still one thing that has her scared. Finger underneath the word the. The ducks, she says. Will they be safe out in the storm? Finger underneath the word yes. Yes, Grace says. Those ducks are smart. When the thunder booms, they scamper off and take shelter. They will be just fine. Finger underneath the word Jill. Jill smiles and says, I am glad the ducks have a safe place to run to in the storm. That makes me feel better. All right, scholars, so you know what that star means. We're about to do some work. So in your packet, you should have already turned to Lesson 12.1 at the top. If you haven't gotten there yet, scholars, please pause this video and get there. So we are going to focus on number 2. That is the question that I'm going to need you to send a picture to me of your answer, answered like a future second grade scholar. We have to restate, we have to, and we have to answer, we have to. Good job, scholars. I will read the questions to you. You have to make sure you answer your questions independently. We know what that means. No help from anybody. We have to try our best. Even if we make mistakes, it is okay. Okay? So number 1 says, describe the storm on the farm. So describing that farm, remember you're going to use adjectives or use your 5 senses, okay? So what did it sound like? The storm on the farm sounded, okay? Use adjectives to describe that farm. I'll challenge you to go back into the video and determine which page gave you that answer. Not from your brain, from the reader, okay? Question number 2, which is starred. You know that's important. That means that's the one Ms. Jackson is looking for, okay? It says, did Grace like the storm? Super easy, but you know I'm looking for you to restate an answer, okay? So, Grace did like the storm, or Grace did not like the storm. I need to see that you expanded that sentence, okay? Once you finish with this question number 2, please take a picture. Have your parents take a picture, your grandmother, your grandfather, your aunt, your uncle, your daycare teacher. Have someone please take a picture and send it to Ms. Jackson. Remember, my number is on the front of that packet, okay? And then you can get a point for that, or our team point for that as well. And then, of course, number 3. Did Jill like the storm? And then you're going to answer that question the same exact way as number 2. Yes, Jill did like the storm, or no, Jill did not like the storm. Now, don't get tricked, because one of them did like the storm and the other one did not. You have to go back into the reader and determine which person, which character enjoyed the storm or which character didn't enjoy the storm, okay? And then last, question number 4. What did Grace tell Jill to make her feel better? Looking for you to expand your sentence by restating and answering, and I will challenge you to go back into the reader and tell me which page number gave you that answer. Not from your brain. Your brain is not the reader, okay? Good luck, scholars. Do your best. You got this. Well, you know what that means. The lesson is over. If you've made it to this slide, that means you've done all 4 questions and you are doing well during this break, and I'm so proud of you. All right, scholars. So the challenge that I have for you today is for you to color or draw a thank you card to a nurse. Nurses have been working so hard during this extended break that we're currently in, and they're working so hard. And I think some of them are showing a lot of grit, but some of them may be getting exhausted and they may be overwhelmed. So it might be nice to color or draw a thank you card to a nurse. Send me the picture of your card, and then we can see how we can get those pictures to a nurse, okay? So that's my challenge to you. Make sure you do your best, okay? Have a great day. Hope to see you all soon. Remember, text me, call me if you want to say hello, or you want to say you miss me, or you want to say, hey, Miss Jackson, can you do this inside of the video? I'll see what I can do. Awaletta says, goodbye until tomorrow. Bye, scholars.